All right, guys, now it is time for us to move to our math segment. So for math today, it's going to be a little different. I'm actually going to do an example over here, but this example will actually prepare you to do your page 265 through 266. So if you look at your math page 265, it honestly just breaks the method of what you're going to be doing in 266 down. So for 265 and 266, the topic is a prediction. So remember, we talked briefly about a prediction in science. And we are aware that a prediction is just something that you think, or something that you think will happen, something that you think will be at the end of this, whatever you're doing, or something that you think will happen after you have experienced or after you have experimented with it. So, prediction can be the same thing scientifically and mathematically. So for mathematically, prediction for page 265 through 266, they want you all to predict which toys or which items would equal up to the amount that they give you. So we're not going to do what's on 265. I have an example for you behind me. So, making a prediction. So our sentence reads, James has 94 cents. Remember how much change James had. James has 94 cents. He buys 3 toys. Also, remember how many toys he buys. So James has 94 cents. He buys 3 toys. Which 3 toys does he buy? So let's see what his options are. So he has an option for a Marvel magazine, which costs 50 cents. Then he has an option of a flexible pencil, which costs 4 cents. He has an option of an eraser, which costs 60 cents. And then he has an option of sunglasses, which costs 40 cents. So remember, what he has as far as the money is 94 cents. What he buys as far as toys is 3. So looking at the toys below, what 3 items do you think that he might have bought? Remember, this is a prediction, so it could be right or wrong. This is just a prediction. There is no right or wrong answer. It's just a prediction. So let's say you might have predicted maybe he bought the magazine, the eraser, and maybe the sunglasses. So let's see. So my prediction is a magazine, eraser, and sunglasses. My magazine being 50 cents, my eraser being 60 cents, and then my sunglasses being 40 cents. So now it's time to test what I predict out to see if my prediction was correct. So now let's test it. So my eraser being 60 cents plus my magazine being 50 cents plus my sunglasses being 40 cents gave me a grand total of $1.50. So now my prediction is $1.50. But James only has how much? He only has 94 cents. Now I stayed at my quota of 3 toys because all I have is 3 toys. But I didn't stay in my quota as far as the money because James has 94 cents. He doesn't have $1.50. So now it's time to compare. My prediction added up to $1.50. But what he has is 94 cents, which makes $1.50 greater than 94 cents. So now I need to predict again. But this time when I predict, I'm going to be a little more wise in my prediction. I'm going to calculate or add up as I go. So one of the things that I know that he for sure is going to buy or is able to buy with his 94 cents is sunglasses. Because sunglasses are what? They're 40 cents. So now my prediction is he's going to buy sunglasses for 40 cents. A flexible pencil for 4 cents, and a magazine for 50 cents. So now it's time to test my prediction. So now I have 50 cent plus 40 cent plus 4 cent, which gives me a grand total of 94 cent. So now my prediction says 94 cent, and what James has is 94 cent. So now it looks like I predicted very wise, because now my 94 cent that I predicted and the 94 cent that he has is now equal to each other. So remember, when you look at page 265, it's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. So let's read the prediction that is on page 265 to prepare you for page 266. All right, so it says, learn the strategy. You can predict and test to solve a math problem. Make a prediction, then test it. If your answer does not make sense, try again. It didn't say give up, it said try again. Make a prediction. Lane buys 2 toys for 87 cents. Which 2 toys does she buy? So it says predict which 2 toys will add up to 87 cents. So let's look at their first prediction. Their first prediction was a whistle for 29 cents and a top for 28 cents. So now it's time for them to test. Now it's time for them to see if their prediction is correct or incorrect. So they added it up. They added up 29 cents plus 28 cents, giving them a grand total of 57 cents. So now it's time to compare. Lane has 87 cents. Her option is 2 toys. So one thing that they did get correct are the 2 toys. They got the 2 toys correct, but they did not get the pricing correct. So now she's left with 57 cents of what she predicted, and then 87 cents of what she actually spent. So that makes 57 cents less than 87 cents. So now it's time for them to make a wise prediction. So now their wise prediction is buying a jump rope for 59 cents and a top for 28 cents. Now it's time for them to test. So as they add up 59 cents plus 28 cents, it gives them a grand total of 87 cents, which makes their prediction equal to what Lane buys. So Lane buys 2 toys for 87 cents, and their prediction was a jump rope and a top. Good luck with page 266. You've got this.